This is my wife. That's a wash machine. It's a little portable, little small baby wash machine. Okay, it's Andy Graham of Hobo Traveler. I'm in Kara, Togo, West Africa, and this apartment has been an emotional nightmare for me. not for why you think of. It's nothing to do with what you think. I have a big, huge balcony. I have water over here. I can wash my clothes. I got a great thing. It costs $70 a month. I got a big door here, screen door. I come in. I got this living room. Now, this is probably the explanation why it's a nightmare. Well, this is pretty messed up right now, but see, I had to buy curtains. I had to cover it. I buy fans. Had an excellent toilet, just a great shower with a lot of pressure, a nice bed and fans and tables, and it's been an emotional nightmare for me. Why? You gotta understand, I haven't, for 16 plus years I've traveled, and I have never, I'm gonna stop this and put it down. For 16 plus years I've lived out of hotels, and I rented an apartment, and mathematically I did great. It's $70 a month, and saving roughly, I went to Benin twice, I went to Dapong, I went to Lomé, I went all over the place, but roughly I'm in and out of it for 4 months. It's $70. This thing, I hope that's not mine. $70 a month. That's 4 times 70 is $280, right? So say $300. If I would have lived in a $10 a night hotel, which is pretty easy to do in Lomé or Natangu, Benin, or whatever, anywhere on the planet, really. Hey, I washed my shirt. I had an old ticket in there. It got in my pocket. I don't really put things in this pocket. I put it in my pocket, I guess. Okay. Say $300 for 4 months. If I would have lived in a hotel at $10 a night for 4 months, it would have been $300 a month. 4 times 4, that would have been $1,200. So $1,200 less $300 is $900. $900 is what I saved on room. Then in turn I had to buy, with that $900, I had to buy my wife the wash machine, which was like $125, $150. And then I had to buy the bed, which is $100, so $250. And so anyway, I did it. I made good. My electricity was, it was not very much. It was like $15, $20 a month. Bottom line is, anyway I did it, I financially did a windfall. I did really good. So why is it an emotional nightmare for me? Okay, the rat race is prioritization. What you do is you prioritize what you need to do. I don't have to, when I'm in a hotel room, this already comes with a bunch of stuff, and you don't really get a vested interest in it. You don't really see it as much to do with your personality, right? So I buy a broom, and I buy sheets. I buy all sorts of stuff for a hotel room. I'll buy pictures. I'll buy anything to make my hotel room, if I'm going to stay there for a month, pretty nice. I don't care. I just make it very livable. I buy lighting for it. Sometimes I carry lighting, but I buy extra lighting. I'll fix the doors. I'll add handles on things. But I did all the same thing for my room, and I caught myself doing exactly what I did in America, constantly prioritizing what I need to buy next to make it better. So I'm improving. It's like I do the same thing on videos. I'll sit there and try to figure out how to make videos better and better and better, and I keep trying to improve. Like how to get my hair to dry in the morning, how to make sure that I got some color on my face. The other day I had something on my lip. I was like, really, I made 3 videos with something on my lip. And I'm just not vain enough, so I don't really care. But trying. But the hotel, for 4 months, I keep thinking about how to make this place more livable. I bought some tools and reworked the doors. And basically, I spent a lot of time mental analysis, paralysis, mental masturbation. I had my brain occupied about 25% of the time with something to do with the room. And I was actually sometimes frustrated because of the inability to buy this stuff, and you ended up spending your whole time shopping to buy something that cost $1, and to spend an hour looking for screws. I mean, I had to buy some screws from I bought a drill for $20, and I had to buy a 220 drill, and maybe it was more than that, maybe about $30. And then I didn't have any screws. I never used the drill because I had a drill bit, I needed inch screws, and I went to a window manufacturer place and sorted through all their stuff and bought some Phillips head screws, and I bought Phillips head bits to go with it. And it just goes on and on and on, and it just was like owning a house again. And I felt like I was in the rat race. Plus, I was tied to the neighborhood. Okay, then I'm tied to the neighbors. And you don't know what it's like to live in paradise. Paradise for me is, if the neighbors are bad, I move to another hotel. God, that's wonderful. Okay, and suddenly I have chickens downstairs. I got somebody downstairs. Once in a while, Maggie buys a chicken. She has it there for 2 days. The neighbor, once every 3 weeks, cooks fish. I don't know. These guys the churches will make so much racket sometimes. Just for one night, not all the time. It's really a great apartment. It's a little difficult to find for people. But generally, you see that living room? There's nothing in it. I never could, but I'm going to desert this apartment. So if somebody wants a cheap apartment, I'm going to leave this thing and let Fred or Sylvan or somebody manage it. Have the keys. I give them the keys, give them the lease, because the lease says any of my colleagues can stay in there. And I'm just going to leave it. I got 8 months more on the lease. I got a bed in there. I got a bunch of stuff. I'm taking my wife with me. I decided I'm going to take it to, I got about 15 days in Lomé, and I'm going to take it to Lomé and try to leave it there. And then, in Togo, I might actually carry that thing with me. I can literally carry this wash machine with me in the buses. And I might go to Palomé and take my wife with me. And because the reason, washing clothing in Africa is a horror story. You just cannot get it done on a regular basis. I end up always washing my clothes myself. Same thing in Dominican Republic. They want $12 a load in Dominican Republic. I can want to pay somebody $12 to wash one load of clothes. That's what I paid the night in Dominican Republic for one night. All around the planet there's places where it's really difficult to do it. But in Guatemala it's really simple. You just take your clothes, drop them off, boom, wash machine, dryer, boom, they're finished. But I'm taking my wife the wash machine with me. And that's the value of having a girlfriend sometimes. Hey. But emotionally, I didn't like being tied to something. I haven't been tied to anybody. Hold on, this kid wants me to be in the video. I'm in Lomé, Togo. Hey, comment ça va? Est-ce un nom? Louise? Comment tu parles? Francis. Ok. Enchanté. Je finis avec la video. Okay, so I have neighbors and I have people, and I'm in Africa, and I'm living in a really kind of a nice apartment. It's got 2 bedrooms. The shower is just perfect, and everything's clean, and the mess is mine, and I like that. Even in a hotel, I don't let them in the room to clean. I actually paid. What's funny is I've actually paid people to come into hotels and clean. I did this for the first time 15 years ago in Mexico. I wanted my hotel, and I thought for $5 I can get this woman to clean all day and make my hotel into a perfect thing. I thought about it. I haven't done it yet, but one of these days I'm going to actually pay somebody to paint my hotel room. And I'll stay there for a month or 2. But it's the quality of life that I want, but I don't I don't like to spend time having ownership. Ownership really hurts me because then I somehow want to have more pride in it, and my level of pride, I really have a lot of pride, and I want things to be really nice. I don't have the creature comfort need where I have to have a car or anything like that. But my room is, I like it perfectly clean. But the big problem in the apartment was that nothing was constructed correctly. And so I had to rework the doors, the screen, everything they've done here construction-wise is just crap. And I mean, got solid teak doors, cost you $1,000 in America, and they're warped. I had to grind off corners and make, I mean, I've taken this much of a door jamb inside where it's hitting so that the curve will go in, right? So I can actually lock the door. Real nice. I got 8 of these doors. They all lock. I can compartmentalize my room. I'm going to lock them all up and try to give the keys to Fred or somebody. But I got a feeling it'll probably be vacant for the next 6 months until Eric decides to take it back, whether legally or illegally. The owner, I don't really trust him. And this is another thing, I don't like to think that I can leave it vacant for 8 months and 6 months, and eventually opportunity would hit the Eric, the landlord, and he would sit there and somehow come up with a juicy rationalization that it's his place. And I don't really have anybody here that, you know, the expats are not trustworthy, and that's the problem where I'm at now. But I've left this thing for as many, 2 or 3 weeks, and left. Nobody tries to break in. Togo's very safe, extremely safe. It's just absurdly safe. I got a huge parking lot. I mean, I got parking on this thing. See all that big parking area? Yeah, I got a gate there. Togo people don't rob, which is really a nice thing. They're like Thailand people. Thailand people don't rob. Okay. They lie, cheat, and steal, but they don't rob. Okay, so they'll scam you, cheat you, tell you a story, then not do it, but they don't steal. So Central and South America, everybody steals. So you steal your shoes. I remember when I first went to Thailand, they told me to leave my shoes outside the store, and I said, "They'll steal them," because I just spent 5 years in Central and South America, and I go, "I can't leave my shoes outside." He says, "You're in Thailand. Okay, they don't steal your shoes." They used to come over the wall in Mexico. This really high wall in the Nirvana Hotel in Piedra de Cuesta. Come over there and steal people's shoes in front of their hotel room. You couldn't leave anything outside. They'd steal it. Everything. They just amazing. But emotionally, this was too much for me. I didn't like spending 25% of my day thinking about creature comforts. I like to spend 98% of my time just roaming around the city and trying to figure out how to make better videos and looking at culture. I don't really enjoy thinking about an apartment at all. And because I rented it, I somehow had a higher level of emotional attachment. And that's not to say I won't rent another apartment, but I don't know. I mean, I really don't like, I like to be able to say my neighbors are bad and I'm moving. And that's what you got in a hotel. In some hotels, I mean, you think about it, a hotel has if you don't like the room, move to another one. I've moved as many as 10 different rooms in the same hotel. And I'll just keep moving around until I get the best room in the hotel. And what's amazing is they don't change the price, right? The price is still $10, but I suddenly have the best one, the quiet one in the back, where I got, for some reason, maybe the kitchen right next to me and all the noises over there. But and I enjoy the security and protection of a hotel, knowing that somebody's always kind of watching after me. While here in the thing, they really don't care. I mean, my neighbors might do something, but there are, the hotel doesn't want you to get robbed because they'll tell people, and then the next thing you know, nobody will be at the hotel. Well, living in an apartment, nobody tells anybody, and they don't care if you get robbed because they're committed to their apartment. They're not going to leave. it was too much. I don't want this kind of commitment, and I like to rent an apartment all ready to go, fully furnished by the month, and I'll pay $300. One of the absolute benefits of being in Sosúa, Dominican Republic, in a place where I'm never going again because it's just a country that is beyond reproach. It is way too dangerous. It's just stupid to go to a place where it's dangerous. But I like the internet there, and I like the hotel on demand. I can get off the plane and get a small, kitchenette type apartment for $300 a month. It's the only place I know. I might be able to do it, but it's the places where you can do this is the places where a lot of the men are the creepiest. They're whoremongers, right? And even though I like them, they're nice guys. They, at the end of the mind, they got this thing going on in their head. I mean, Angeles City, Pattaya, they've developed big enough that I would really love someday. I mean, I shouldn't do that. I'm talking about emotional baggage. I could develop a project where I could rent apartments for $300 a month, have them kitchenettes, everything you need to live and be comfortable. Sometimes I rent a room and then set up the kitchen inside it, and you can buy, gas stove like the one I got in here, and you can buy all this stuff and then put it outside on your porch. If you have a porch in a hotel, that's usable space that's in it. Like I got a huge balcony over here. Okay, Andy Graham talking about the emotional nightmare of me having a place in Cara. I leave tomorrow, and I hope to never come back to Cara for 2 or 3 years until the center of the city's rebuilt. They really trashed the center of the city. They just knocked it down, bulldozed it, and there is no core city. So they by default got rid of me by accident. It's a good city. The people are good. They're funny. The motorcycle drivers are young and stupid, but I am realizing that motorcycle taxis are really, really difficult to deal with. They really just drive around inside the neighborhood on any major highways are just very dangerous. Okay, Andy Graham, Hobo Traveler, Cara, Togo, March 2014. If you got an apartment somewhere on the planet for $300 a month, I mean, I'm talking a room with a bathroom, internet, and some kind of kitchen thing. Even I love shared kitchens, like in hostels. I'll be glad to live there. I love these places, but this is the hostel thing. A lot of the Central and South America would have a kitchen and shared. In Cusco, I was in one, but when you have a shared kitchen, you get to meet a lot of people. I love these in hostels. Take another look at my wife. This is exactly what I need. I need a wash machine. Clean sheets, clean clothes. I love it. This is what I really miss about America. I'm actually thinking about traveling all the way through Africa carrying this wash machine, which is quite easy to do here.
Tonight, let's